And he's telling Justin Fields to Aziz D's.
Oh yeah, Aziz Bofa.
That doesn't really work in the same way, but, whatever.
What's going on, fellas? Jimothy Spyder here, as always, joined by my partner, LeRoy Cannonball. And what do we got going on here, big guy?
Well, it could very well be the greatest weekend of the whole year, Spyder. Wildcard weekend. Of course, we're talking about the NEFL, the New Era Football League. And this is the final matchup of the wildcard round. We got Chicago against New York.
And the Giants are going to have the ball first. Taking a quick look at their offense, of course, coached by the young man Jimothy Jr., and he's done a really great job with this offense, finishing 4th in the league, 42 points a game, and the #1 rushing attack of the whole league, Cannonball.
It's been an impressive season for him. You got to give him that. And we'll see if he can keep it going out here on a very snowy Soldier Field.
First play of the game going to be a handoff to Barkley, a nice big hole to the right, and a 6-yard run to start us off. Giving the ball to Saquon again, this time to the left. Oh, making a man miss. Nice user juke. And a 16-yard pickup.
Not a bad time to break down this unbelievable year that Saquon Barkley has had. Just a hair under 2,500 yards for the year, 31 tutties, and are you kidding me? 7.5 yards per carry, Spyder.
And his year was so insane, he gets a second page of notes here. Led the league in rushing yards, tied for the most rushing touchdowns with the young man Aaron Lacy. And this is the most insane stat. He leads the league in broken tackles, and second place is Nick Chubb with 68. He's got 50 more broken tackles than second place, Cannonball.
The man is an absolute problem, and Chicago has their hands full today.
So, after 2 carries on 1st and 2nd down, only netting 3 yards, the Giants find themselves behind the sticks, 3rd and 7, exactly at midfield.
Setting up here and empty. It'll be the first time we say Tay Walters' name on the day. Walters dropping back, got a clean pocket, an open man in Barkley, and he pushed it a little to the right. A missed opportunity, and they're going to punt this football.
A rare miss from the rookie Tay Walters. Chicago's going to field this punt and not get much out of it. And now their offensive numbers. Chicago coached by Raider Dude 66074. A little bit confusing. But it's a brave new world, and I've got to be a brave new man.
All right, whatever that means. Offensively, not bringing too much heat in the bottom third of the league, but, all you got to do is get hot at the right time, and if Chicago can get hot here, they could make a lot of noise in these playoffs.
Hand off to Montgomery, got a hole up the middle. David Montgomery picking up 6.
Yep, picked up 6 on the first play, but it's now 3rd and 5 after Leonard Williams gets a tackle for a loss. If I'm coach here, I think you got to lean pass, even with the weather being what it is.
They are lined up in shotgun. Might be onto something here, Cannonball.
Oh, and Jimothy Jr.'s coming for him. This is a blitz, and he's even pressing.
Now Raider Dude making his own adjustments. Finally snapped. Fields looking for somebody, and he gets hit. Jacoby Porter, 7 sacks in the regular season. Putting a cap on this drive, little 3 and out. How about changing his name to Jacoby Porter House, because this dude is huge.
Man is built like a brick crap house. And Justin Fields got to be going to the sideline feeling a little dazed here. Not a good start for Chicago. And now we got a flag on this punt.
Looked a little bit more promising. This is on New York anyway, blocking the back. So they push back to the 39, but still pretty good starting field position for the crew. These are the scores for the other games today in this wild card round. We got Buffalo, Baltimore, and Jacksonville advancing, all home team wins. Out in the NFC, we got Washington football and Dallas moving on. Dallas, the only away team to win so far.
It's hard to win on the road, and especially in the playoffs. I'm not surprised at all to see the home team taking most of these.
Walters lofting this ball to a wide open Saquon Barkley, and no one's going to catch him. This will be a 61-yard score. Tay Walters, good time to get into his numbers.
And you look at Tay Walters' numbers for the year and you say, this guy's a rookie. He tossed almost 60 touchdowns, only 13 picks. And during our research, we found that that's one of the lowest picks of any QB that has thrown as many times as he has. So not only is he just putting up points, day after day, game after game. He's taking care of the football too, and hey, by the way, he puts his team on top in the wild card round.
Trying to make something happen in the return game, nothing, not happening. Gonna start this drive backed up, and after a 2-yard carry from Montgomery on first, Chicago has 2nd and 8.
Josick Jr. looks like he's bringing a lot of heat again. A lot of guys up there in the box.
Nobody gets home as Fields got a lot of time back there, now rolling out and running right into a sack. C.J. Mosley going to get credited for the sack, and he only had one all year long. Very surprising to call out C.J. Mosley in the sack game.
Please don't say the phrase sack game again. I don't want any more emails from production or corporate. And Chicago facing down the barrel here, 3rd and 9 on their own 19. Fields back to throw, got some time, and an open window. Darnell Mooney saving the day, keeping the drive alive, and boy, if anyone ever needed a first down, it's right there.
Well, you got to think that you're never out of the game when you got this guy on your side. Justin Fields had himself a pretty fine year as well, and one thing that he has that Tay Walters lacks is that rushing ability. He's picking up almost 8 yards per carry, and nothing to sneeze at, almost 600 yards on the ground this year.
3-yard carry on first down brings us to 2nd and 7. And Chicago trying to keep this home crowd in it. Going to give it again to Montgomery, a huge hole. Easy lane to pick, and we see K-Met go to the sidelines. Looks like it's just going to be a mild injury, and he'll be back soon.
Another short carry on first down brings us to 2nd and 7. Taquan Gibson in motion.
Ball to Montgomery, we got a counter, and it gets blown up. Jacoby Porter and Leonard Williams both back there, kind of gang tackle Montgomery, who has had success this year, 1,500 yards, 12 tutties, 6.4 yards per carry, and really big in the pass game with almost 750 receiving yards, along with 8 touchdowns.
Chicago pinned back again, another 3rd and long.
Seeing man with a lot of pressure on the drawing board for New York. It's a theme.
Pressure gets home just in time and forces Fields to throw the ball a little bit before he was ready. Chicago now coming out with another punt.
I love the game plan early out of New York. Just keep pressuring the young Justin Fields. I mean, he's a rookie as well. And just get in his face. It is working so far. And how about this punt, Spyder? Putting it on the 7.
Oh, you need a play like that, especially when you're not doing much on offense. And this is the real strength of the Bears. And seems like it always is. It's the defense out here in Chicago, only giving up 31 a game and doing very well against the pass and not so bad against the rush either.
No, I like that you said that. It's always been that way out in Chicago. It seems like they can't find any type of offensive mojo. And it's kind of been the story today, too.
Running a stretch with Saquon, cutting it back inside and made the user miss. Saquon popping off for almost 8 a carry here in the first quarter.
Bears got to come up with an answer for this run game or it's all but over. Now 1st and 10. Play action, pressure screaming, we got a sack, fumble, but New York's going to recover and actually advance it a little bit. Could have been a much worse result. Jordan Wilson on the strip sack. And it's really not surprising to see him make a play like that. He's already got a forced fumble on the year and half a dozen sacks. New York very fortunate to recover that football.
So, no cookie for the Bears, but at least they pushed them back a little bit. 2nd and 14, and we're at the start of the second quarter. Walters slinging it up to Tony. Dropped. Had a lot of contact there. And now a very tough 3rd and 14.
Now we can see the play drawn up, but I would be looking screen if I'm Chicago. This is a prime screen spot. See a lot of teams run them in a spot like this.
Walters back there has all day to step up, find a man, another drop on contact. Chicago getting this football back.
A chef's kiss to Chicago. Just what they needed. You know, big special teams play with the punt. And we might have another special teams play here. He makes a man miss. Not really. Got a little excited for nothing. But, you know, it's far from over because you still got to score on this Giants defense.
About as average of a defense as you could ask for, but with an offense as explosive as the Giants have. That's all you really need to get it done there. Just horrendous against the pass. So if I'm Raider dude, I don't care if it's, basically pouring snow. I'm airing this ball out all game.
1st and 10 for Montgomery, getting a little space and wiggling through. Picking up a quick 7. Now 2nd down. Fields dropping back. A lot of time back there. Airing this one out. Taquan Gibson. 49-yard touchdown. We got a tie ball game, Spyder.
And I know his name is Taquan Gibson, but the way you said it, it makes it sound like you're saying Taquan Gibson. His name's not Quan. It reminds me of Quez Watkins, honestly, from New York. The other New York team.
Okay, Spyder, enough. I can hear the desperation in your voice of how are you going to finish that thought. I'll just stop you right there. Giants got 2nd and 11 after a Jalen Johnson tackle for loss. Walters stepping up and stepping right up. Another strip sack. Akeem Hicks on the strip sack.
And can I just say this? I'm sorry, anytime I hear of Akeem Hicks, it just reminds me of Hakeem Nicks, the former Giant, I believe, which makes things even more confusing. Either way, what a play and what luck from New York early on to recover both strip sacks, now 3rd and 24, on their own 16. Walters to Tony, and they're going to get most of it, but it's just not going to be enough, and they're going to be forced to punt. Chicago a chance to take a lead here. Remember, they're 9-8 Cannonball. This is a team that barely squeaked into the playoffs, basically only because the whole division wasn't very good.
Everything resets once you get to the dance. I look at it like this. Chicago's got as good of a chance as anybody. They're fighting here early on.
Got what looks to be a stretch out here to Montgomery. Gonna pick up 3 and a very crucial 3rd and 7 for both teams, I'd say.
You rarely hear me say it, but Spyder is right. This is huge for field position. See who wins.
Giants electing to play zone. Haven't seen that much. Might be cover 6 or 9. Never knew the difference. Fields, doesn't matter. It confuses them. And Azeez Ojulari back there on a huge sack to get New York the football back. How about a quick spot on this kid?
9.5 sacks in the regular season. Spyder leads the team. So he's been a workhorse out there on the line. And he's telling Justin Fields to Aziz D's.
Oh yeah, Aziz Bofa.
That doesn't really work in the same way, but, whatever. Giants, football in a great position here. You got to get points here. You got to assert yourself as the better team.
Play action, and Walters going deep to Kenny Golladay. He's got a step and breaks a tackle. He's getting in. A 43-yard laser beam. Giants find themselves back on top. It's like they heard you talking about them.
Hey, anyone want to hire me as a motivational speaker? I got no problem with it. I'm not mad at it one bit. I'm going to tell people that New York did hear me. We got Chicago back here still battling. Montgomery picking up the quick 8. But he hasn't been super effective, Spyder, with the 10 carries for 40 yards. That might make some people happy in a different league, but not here in the NEFL where you got to get 6 a carry or you're not even in the conversation. More zone out of New York. We got a bubble screen, a great call against the zone, but closed quickly. They will get the first, but that looked a little bit more promising.
We got just over 3 here left in the first half. Man in motion. And it's going to be Taquan Gibson on a jet sweep. I see a lot of space here, Cannonball. A block and a flag. This one most likely coming back. Nice swerve back inside. Just swerved the user. This one's coming back. Doesn't even count.
Again, they're going to run the same play, Spyder. Why not? Let's try it. Doesn't look near as good. It's going to get some yardage. But they said, hey, why not take a chance? New York plays it a lot better that time. Now 2nd and 9.
Kind of what looks to be a shotgun counter and a bad user. It's going to be Montgomery's best carry of the day, and it will take us to the 2-minute warning. How about this weather, Cannonball?
I mean, what else could you ask for? It's the playoffs. It's Soldier Field. The only way I can put it is like this. It's like a trip to Las Vegas with your buddies. Look, if there's no white stuff, I'm not going. That's exactly how I feel about a playoff game at Soldier Field.
All right, I'm sure your sponsor is going to love to hear that comment from you. It's going to buy you a couple extra meetings, I'm sure. And Justin Fields trying to make a splash before halftime.
Got the halfback screen. You got some blockers, a missed tackle. Montgomery going to drive this forward for 9 yards.
And it's interesting to see New York now moving to zone. We're seeing them play a lot more zone than early on. Kind of mixing looks at Justin Fields. That might be the move. And it pays off on this play as the ball comes out at the last second, stopping the clock, and now 3rd and 2.
Deep drop from Fields, got an open to Quan Gibson, shaking a man off him. And Gabriel Peppers with the Who's Your Daddy hit. Oh my God, we gotta see it again. Look, this is a great angle. Byaa!
Oh my God, watching his lifeless body fall. It really shows that these guys are getting paid for a reason. Gabriel Peppers. You are a grown man. And of course, extremely terrifying.
And you gotta give credit where credit's due. That's just Sick Jr. That's Coach out there with the hit stick fumble.
Now the handoff for Saquon, trying to do his best, but this play was over from the beginning. Clock continuing to run. No sense of urgency from New York, which is really surprising. I know they have the 3 timeouts. But, man, you got 78 yards to go, and the clock is still running. Tay Walters finally snapping. Going underneath to Kadarius Toney. Changing direction and a missed tackle, and he's going to get out of bounds.
Oh my God. They are going to be showing this at tackling camps forever. This was just a super poor effort out of Chicago. You can't let him get to the sideline when he's in the middle of the field. They save a timeout. Now 40 ticks left.
Walters taking the snap and now moving a little bit to the right, now a lot to the right. So much time. What about the blocking from this offensive line? A ball up and dropped by Evan Ingram. Talk about a surprise. Evan Ingram leads the team in yards and touchdowns. But a huge drop there puts New York at 2nd and 10.
The angle route pushed again a little bit. Pressure got home. Forced an errant throw, and like you said earlier, Spyder, the clock management, I don't know about. It's 3rd and 10. There's 27 seconds left. I wish they would have moved a little bit quicker.
Walters again moving to the right. So much time back there. Launching a wrist rocket to Kadarius Toney. This is a catch, big guy.
Oh, and this is the angle. Look at this. We're getting great camera work this game. It's easily a catch. What about the concentration? What about the ability to put that ball on the money off the run? And what do we know about clock management, Spyder? Now they're down here in the red zone and time to run probably 4 plays. Shame on us.
Saquon rumbling on 1st down. Gonna rumble right into Bilal Nichols. Pretty good block shed. That'll be the first of the New York timeouts.
Chicago, pick your heads up. The game's not over. Holding to 3 is so big here. I know it's cold. I know you just gave up a bomb of a play. But the team needs you right here.
Getting this ball to Slayton. Bounces off Chris Claybrooks. This is a touchdown. New York, what a drive from this Giants football team. And they are certainly looking like... Wait a second, we got a missed extra point. Nasty weather. But they are certainly looking like a top-tier team here today.
Yep, Chicago might very well have their hands full and, might just be happy to make it here to the dance. Going to run a play right before half, get out of bounds, and they got one more shot at the end zone here. Fields back there, and it's going to be a sack to end the half. Leonard Williams putting one more New York nail into the Chicago Bears coffin. Now there's still a lot of game left, but Bears are going to need a lot different of a performance to even just keep themselves from getting embarrassed.
Well, let's whisk you away from snowy Soldier Field for a quick ad break. To our sponsors, you are watching the NEFL. Back after this.
This summer.
Ah! Wait, that's not a knife. That's just a potato peeler.
People will relearn the lesson
Oh no, I tripped and my pants came off.
that you don't know what you got
No, please!
until it's gone.
My butt cheeks. What did you do to my butt cheeks?
Cheeky peeler. This time, it's for peel.
Not gonna lie, would watch the heck out of that film. I mean, you want to talk about a Halloween banger? You want to talk about giving Michael Myers a run for his money?
Spyder, stop. It looked horrible. It sounded horrible. And Chicago, this is a key drive. If you want to keep your season alive and keep the eyes on the TV, this could get ugly quickly.
Fields from shotgun, running a nice little halfback screen, lot of room for Montgomery, who didn't have the worst first half.
I mean, it was fine. He played fine. He gets a 2-yard run on first down. That's why we have 2nd and 8. But we need some explosive plays. We need someone to step up on this offense. As we see New York audibling into zone. And a play action of Montgomery. Got a ball to a diving Taquan Gibson. He's been the only Chicago player on offense that has some fight in him, it seems like, which is really strange. Because he was nowhere near the number 1 option during the regular season.
Hand off to Montgomery, got a couple pulling guards, and this is going to be a good pickup. He gets blown up at the end. He's got 65 yards on 13 carries, and now a 2nd and 2.
Fields stepping back, now rolling out to the right. Slinging this ball to Taquan Gibson. His 2nd touchdown of the game, Spyder. Look, bring up his stats. He's not even that dude. But heck if he isn't playing like it today.
Oh no, it's just like you were saying. He has not really been the guy, 450 yards, only 32 catches in the regular season, Cannonball. 6 tutties, he has 2 here today. And New York has not keyed in on the young man. And it's keeping Chicago in it, and I've never seen that before, big guy. The ball bouncing off the pylon on the kickoff is very well could have been a flag if it doesn't just squeak in.
We got ourselves a contest here in a snowy wildcard matchup. Chicago not laying down. See if New York has an answer.
To the best running back in the league, Saquon Barkley. And that's exactly why, Cannonball. That's why the man has over 100 broken tackles on the year.
Just shrugging Eddie Jackson off, so get off me, get big. And Saquon turns what should have been 5 into 17.
12 passes to 8 rushes. Surprising to see that split out of New York. He came in here with a mind to throw the ball, and here's another. Sack! Bilal Nichols. Remember, he had that stop down in the red zone right before the first half, pushing them back to 2nd and 16. And a lot of pressures on both QBs in this game early on.
Back to Barkley. He's got a minivan-sized hole and just refusing to go down. A 14-yard carry, not before breaking yet another tackle and a very manageable 3rd and 2.
Going to Barkley again, and why not? Just shrugging men off and put another 2 onto his broken tackle stat. He's got almost 80 yards on 10 carries, and that's basically his average, which is so insane.
Looks like Chicago's selling out to stop the run. You kind of have to play action, though. They still get home. Anton Hutchins does not bite on the play fake and comes up with a big splash play for Chicago, pushing them back. Is it a splash play on defense, Spyder?
Looking at the angle again, just laying them out. No mercy. Good question. Probably not. That's probably a mistake by you. Maybe we could cut that out in post. Back to the man of the hour, Saquon Barkley, cutting it back inside, and it's just too easy. They have got to find an answer for the Saquon Barkley train. 12 more for the young man.
3rd and 10, another shotgun snap. Jalen Johnson couldn't get to Tay Walters, but at least tips the pass at the line. And it is decision time for New York here. It's about a 58-yard field goal, and it seems like that's what they're going to go for.
Surprised to say the least, especially in this weather. The kick's up, and it would never even had a chance. This ball's out in left field. Chicago with a ton of momentum now, picking the ball up at midfield. And a 3-yard Montgomery carry on first down brings us to 2nd and 7.
Another ball for Montgomery, and he has his own huge hole. That could be taken out of context, but just trying to compare the offensive lines here, Spyder.
Oh, a quick little note. It looks like Jacoby Porter will be out of the game with an upper arm fracture. It's a huge loss for this Giants team as he's 2nd on the team in sacks. He had 7 in the regular season. They are going to miss him, if not only for this game, but if they advance for the rest of the playoffs.
It's adversity. It's football, Spyder. You got to face it. Sometimes you're going to lose your guys.
Justin Fields, a deep drop off of play action, throwing a bomb up to Darnell Mooney. It's a touchdown. We are tied pending the extra point here. This would put him ahead. Cannonball hooks in. That wind is something killer down there. A 2-play drive. And Chicago with their first lead of the game.
Talk about a time to dial up a deep shot. It's perfectly thrown. It's perfectly coached. I love everything about it. Chicago trying to play upset here as the home team. You don't see that often.
Saquon Barkley on the handoff. Lot of space, a juke inside, a Jurtle Cannonball, and another broken tackle. He's still going, and a shoestring save out of Chris Claybrooks.
The Jurtle, Spyder, killing him out here with the Jurtle. And then how about a broken tackle right after it? I mean, what a dash from this young man. I'm looking at Saquon right now like almost like he's an alien. I don't even know what to call him. I'm like, is it human?
First play from the Chicago red zone. Gonna go back to Barkley. Picking up 5. Is it human? Man, my ex-wife asked me the same thing when she found that very lifelike nighttime companion I had hiding in the closet.
Spyder, please. This is a great game and you are dragging it down with your nastiness. Jet sweep to Barkley. Trying to get to the outside, and he's going to pick up about 4. So what a play here, 3rd and 1. Who wants it more?
Gotta think they're going back to Barkley, and they do. And he is... Did he get it? He's stuffed. It's 4th and inches, and New York's going for it.
I love the call. Get aggressive. You know, you're on the road. You're in a hostile environment. You gotta gamble. I don't care if your record says you're the better team. We might look back on this as the play of the game.
A timeout out of New York. Maybe second guessing the play call. It's gonna put us on ice for a little bit. Get it, Cannonball? It's snowing.
It's not a great joke. We're not on ice. We're on snow. Well, actually, we're in a booth that's dry and has no trace of ice nor snow. Either way, I'm not gonna get involved in it. It's 4th and inches. Let's go.
Tay Walters honking the semi-truck horn. Handoff to Saquon. Gets hit behind the line. He's going to get just enough. That's got to be demoralizing. They had him back there. He's just one big muscle, though, Cannonball.
A great gap shoot out of who else but Jordan Wilson. The spotlight earlier showed what a dynamic defensive player he is, but even he can't bring down the mythological hero that is Saquon Barkley. Toss out to him. This looks like it's locked up, and it is. Kind of running into his own blocker. A big 3-yard loss. And this will be the beginning of the final quarter. What a game out here in Chicago.
2nd and goal from the 9. Looks like Jessick Jr. has another run dialed up. It is. And I think he's going to have to throw if he wants a touchdown here from the 8. And Chicago, a big run stop. Both coaches have played really well up to this point, and it has been such a battle. Couldn't ask for any more.
From the 8, Tay Walters gonna drop back. Crowded at the line, gets the ball out, an easy touchdown. Kenny Golladay for the go-ahead score. What a drive out of New York.
Looks like they're drawing up a 2-point play. Makes a lot of sense because of that extra point miss earlier. This is a big play in and of itself.
My money's on giving it to Saquon. I mean, I think everybody in the building knows who it's going to. They don't even get a hand on him. But even if they did, I wonder if it would have mattered. Saquon has just went full God mode at this point. Chicago, again, going to try to take a kickoff back here and get lit up. Another great user hit stick out of Just Sick Jr.
So Chicago with the ball. About 7 minutes left in the contest. And another try for Montgomery. Squeaking through the middle. There's no one at the second level. Got 3 Giants to beat. Make it 2. Swerving back inside. This is a score. We talked about needing that explosive play out of Montgomery, who's had a pretty pedestrian day. What a score.
Putting them right back in it, Spyder. This one almost a missed extra point itself. A one-play touchdown drive. Holy cow. Playoff football, Spyder.
A 1-yard loss on first down for New York, and Akeem Hicks tackle for a loss. Puts them at 2nd and 11.
Walters wants a quick answer, throwing it up one-on-one to Kadarius Toney. Can he get it? He comes down with it. A 54-yard bomb. Tay Walters, look at the stat line. He's only thrown 16 balls and he has 260 yards and 4 touchdowns.
What has this game turned into? Because I'm loving every minute of it. Another ball for Barkley. This one shut down at the line. Here's a good angle on it. Akeem Hicks, the football player formerly known as Hakeem Nicks. Just joking around, but I mean, look at this play. Just made number 68 his stepson and went out and got Saquon Barkley, who has not been easy to take down today.
2nd and 11 and just outside of the red zone. Another one for Barkley. This one a better result as a user truck. My oh my, a 7-yard tote. And what about the pressure here on 3rd and 4?
Do you go for it if you don't get it? Is my question. I guess we'll see.
Looks like an angle route tied up here. Again, a favorite of this channel. We love the angle route. So versatile, so sexy, so Shoney's.
Walters end zone shot. Bobble tipped around and this ball will fall.
A huge missed opportunity here, because if you go back and look at it, it's a little bit of a tight window, but if you time it up right, Saquon is open for the first. Decides to try to get it all, and that greediness kind of cost him there. I can't fault a man for being aggressive, though. Graham Gano going to come out and attempt a field goal. He's kicking at a 92% clip, Spyder. He's almost automatic, 13 for 14 from field goals this year.
Ball's up, and it slinks in. That wind cut it back inside. It looked like it was off.
But it's still 3 points on the scoreboard, Spyder. We're under 5 minutes to play. And after Montgomery gets stuffed on first, it's 2nd and 10, Chicago.
Another one to Montgomery, again stuffed. And now with the Bears facing 3rd and 10, deep in their own territory, we got to borrow a line from Macho Man Randy Savage. They are unjustifiably in a position that they'd rather not be in, Cannonball.
Well, let's see if the cream really does rise to the top as they're lining up in shotgun.
Snap to Fields. A good ball to an open Montgomery, and this might be a little early, but that feels like a game-saving conversion there. Much needed and well done out of Raider dude. Who, I'm sorry, but today you're Chicago dude. 1st and 10, another jet sweep. This one, the worst result of all 3 run from Chicago today. Jaden Johnson coming up with a big stop.
Yeah, Chicago, you got to stop running that jet sweep. It just gets worse every time. Only way you can score is to penalize the other team. Throw jet sweep out of playbook today. Slant to Robinson, and he's going to get a little bit of yak here. Chicago very close to midfield, and clock continuing to drip. Now under 2:45.
Now a snap to Montgomery, and there's a user truck. Montgomery putting together a show out here in the second half, and is a huge reason why Chicago is within striking distance in this game.
I love it. Both coaches trading user trucks on each other. I mean, this game just continues to get more and more physical. as we get closer to the final gun.
One last handoff for the 2-minute warning. This one, not going to get anything. And it seems like Chicago is content to, play this methodical drive. Take up as much time as you can and just make it so you are the last team to touch the football. I think strategically it's a very good idea. But we've all seen it before. Sometimes coaches worry a little bit too much about the clock and forget about the main ingredient to winning, which is scoring. And we'll see if Chicago has it in them with 2 minutes left to play.
Another handoff to Montgomery, cutting this back inside. Picks up 5, makes it manageable. Here we go.
Line shifting, now Montgomery moving out. Giants playing cover 2.
Justin Fields going over the top to Quan Gibson. Down at the 1. What about the day Gibson has had? 7 catches, 159 yards, 2 touchdowns. This guy was like wide receiver number 4 all year and chooses today to ball out.
And now the Bears at the 1.
You might not even want to score here, Spyder.
Montgomery takes the handoff and is going to get in. And I think it's fine to score there. I know, it's kind of what I was talking about earlier. Sometimes you worry a little bit too much about the clock. Maybe right there, let's just take the points, play some defense, and get the heck out of here with the dub. Let's not count out Just Sick Jr., though. This man can put up points in a hurry, as we've seen. Does he have one more drive left in him?
Saquon, another ball and another huge hole. I mean, this is insane. The run blocking. The only problem for New York is there just might not be enough time to run the football. Walter's going to go to the check down. Kind of a delay from Saquon there, it looked like, but that can't be a good spot to go with the football. As the clock's running, we got just about 50 seconds left.
Pressure screaming from the right. He just gets rid of this football in time. Now New York with their backs against the wall, facing 3rd and 14. And they need a touchdown, or their season is over.
Walter's stepping up into pressure on this throw, and now it's 4th and 14. An incredibly difficult task to ask of any quarterback, much less a rookie. See if they can convert on 4th and long.
Ball is snapped. Walter's drifting right, continuing right, heaving up a bomb. This one at the sidelines. It's caught! Kadarius Toney. Flashbacks to that drive right before the first half ended. This is probably the same play. It's the same throw. All of a sudden finding themselves on the 12. The home crowd can't believe it. Now an end zone throw. This is open. This is a touchdown.
Evan Ingram working the sideline. I can't believe what I just saw. New York taking a last-second lead. Did this really just happen?
What a drive. What a game, to say the least. And what a drive. Look at this angle right here. This is perfect. It's definitely a catch. I mean, I was ready to close the casket on New York, who this extra point squeaks left. And now that makes things somewhat interesting here, as now if Chicago could get in range for a field goal, it would win the game instead of just tying. Nothing new from Graham Gano, as he missed 7 times during the regular season from the extra point line. And Chicago, with this home crowd behind them, just praying for some type of miracle. I still can't believe what we just saw. My brain still hasn't registered that drive out of New York. They were dead.
You know, I expect nothing less from this great league, the NEFL. But even still, I gotta give it to them. That was a surprise. Who does it better than the NEFL? Get you some.
Oh, he got the big guy so riled up, he even hit my tagline. I love it. Fields with the snap. Ball for Montgomery, quickly put on the ground, a user hit stick, and even quicker, a timeout. 15 left. And what do you say, Cannonball? They need about, let's see here, 25 yards. I mean, we're kicking in the snow. I think The wind at one point was 15 miles an hour. Luckily for Chicago, it's left to right or right to left. It's not against them or anything like that, but still, that's a tough kick to make. You'd like to have about 30 yards if you could.
This one to Kmet, who gets down. Another timeout. Remember, he was out of the game for a short amount of time he got banged up a little bit. Honestly, don't know what the injury was. Does it even matter at this point? It's a clutch throw. It's a clutch catch. Chicago's still alive, but they're barely breathing.
Fields, another shotgun snap. Another hole in the zone. This one is held onto. Who else but Taquan Gibson to put them in range for a last-second field goal, Cannonball. Just pray to a God that I don't believe in, if I could finish off your line.
I'm in disbelief, Spyder. Are we really going to see this right now? Cairo Santos has not been money this year. He's coming in with a 75% make rate. He's 12 for 16, so this is as dicey as you could ask for to end the football game. Can a guy who's been slacking all year put one through?
The hold is down, and this one's down the middle. The clock expires, and Chicago is leaving with the dub.
The 9-8 Chicago Bears have just played upset against a stacked New York Giants team out here in the snow. This game was over multiple times. I swear it, this game was over like 3 different points. And each team just kept fighting, just kept clawing. What a game from both coaches. I mean, it's a shame that someone has to go home with the loss today because both teams just played terrific. And again, you cannot ask for much more than this. What a game, Spyder.
That is gonna do it for us. New York heading home stunned. And thank you so much for watching. It's so nice having you with us. I've been Jimothy Spyder. Of course, he's been LeRoy Cannonball. We will see you next time on the NEFL.
We out.